Hi everyone, and welcome to today's pick a card general reading. It is literally a pick a card reading today. In the past it's just been pick a crystal. So I thought I'd spice it up a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't have a lot of time to film today, but I think that today's video is so pivotal in finishing this year with a positive note, or at least something hopeful to look forward to. And I really sincerely hope that 2021 is going to be filled with an abundance of blessings, joy, peace, happiness, and of course love and light for each and every one of us. So I have 5 groups today. We're covering the topic of what blessings will you receive in 2021. And when I was offered this suggestion by a beautiful person on Patreon, I honestly took it on board with the understanding that it would relate to the first half of the year, but we'll see what each of the different groups dictate. I don't have a lot of time, so I have pre-shuffled some oracle cards. However, there is going to be an extended today, and in the extended we'll take it even further. We're going to be covering in this reading generally what blessings may you receive in 2021, and then over on Patreon we're going to be breaking that down into your love, your life, and your career to see what blessings may come in those 3 different aspects. So 5 groups today because the messages are going to be quick, very short, and to the point. That was the goal. We're not going to get too ambiguous, just very clear, to the point. What blessings are you going to receive? Group 1, if you need a little bit of help picking, this is the crystal associated with Group 1. It is a form of agate, but I don't know what kind. I think it might be a blue agate, but I'm really not sure. Group 2, you have the Labradorite crystal. Very dark. There's a certain angle I can hold it on for that. There it is. And Group 3, you have the Amethyst cube. Group 4, you have the Opalite moonstone. Wow, that looks really cool. And Group 5, you have the Bloodstone. I wonder if you can see a little bit of the red in there. Maybe that side's better. It's hard to show you without it being glary, but there is red in here. I wonder if I can just zoom in and show you. There. Goodness. Is that showing? Kind of. Not really. Oh well. So those are our 5 groups today. If you know which of these 5 groups you're feeling most called to, and spoiler alert, you may have messages in multiple groups, check the timestamps down below and join me in your reading. Hi Group 1 and welcome. If you chose this beautiful agate crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Now let's have a look at your oracle cards to see what blessings you'll be receiving in 2021. Oh, okay. So we have the third eye chakra here, as well as your sacral chakra. The third eye chakra was originally reversed. I just think that you don't see this coming entirely. There's an element to this blessing that is going to trigger a emotive response out of you. I'm not going to lie, with the sacral chakra here, there is a need to let go of fear. You will receive this blessing regardless of what you do. I think that you have had to overcome a lot of your own personal challenges in 2020, and it's priming you to be able to receive something that is going to be very passionate, but it may have been something that in the past you would have missed because you were too afraid to seize it. It's almost like this is the kind of blessing that is going to inspire you to take a new direction in life. It's almost like you've already laid down the foundations though, because the root chakra isn't here. I feel like the foundations have been laid. We're just finally picking a direction now. We're harnessing whatever we've been giving, and we're moving forward now into something that is going to, it's like it's a creative, passionate, exciting pathway that maybe we didn't see before. We're not necessarily rushing into this. I certainly feel a lot of excitement here, but there's definitely a need to let this unfold naturally as well. So I don't see you running in guns blazing when this opportunity presents. You're letting it unfold naturally, and you're really being tested here to let go of what lies ahead in order to allow this blessing to manifest in its full potential. You have to really just live in the moment. That's what these two cards are telling me. And I think that many of you have already been trying that. You've been really just focusing on what's right in front of you and not trying to get too concerned about what lies ahead or too upset about what happened in the past. I definitely think that you somehow don't see this coming, though. Like, there is an unexpected element here with the third eye chakra being reversed when it was shown to me. It's almost like the less you focus on this, the more it will come to you, which is really bizarre. Let's get some tarot cards. I'll put your oracle cards up here, and we'll get some tarot cards. So my group 1 spirit, what blessings can they expect for 2021? What blessings can they expect for 2021? Oh, hello. Yeah, that's what I was feeling, but it was really bizarre. It was really strange. Okay, so we do have the solar plexus chakra manifesting as the Chariot here. The Chariot is saying that your determination, your perseverance is going to lead you to success. I definitely sense that you're getting a sense of direction or a renewed sense of purpose, but we're not rushing into this. It's a very patient energy because you need to balance these two sides of yourself, my group 1. It's almost like you are aware of your fears. You're very aware of the things that may hold you back. And you know that in order to be successful here, you do have to sort of take your time with it. You have to let it unfold naturally. You have to let these two opposing forces come together when they're ready to. And you have to take this moment without really focusing on it. It's really crazy. I can't describe it more than you've done everything that you can and you've just gone, universe, if this is meant to be, then let it be. And I feel with the Chariot that we're having progress here. We're moving forward because of this beautiful energy of surrendering and allowing the universe to take control here. In doing so, we've released our fears and concerns. We're fully aware of them. You're very self-aware of your blocks here. But we're not letting them stop us anymore. We're not letting that pull us back anymore. And I honestly just see you really working on your own happiness here in a selfish but good way. The 9 of Cups is a sense of emotional fulfillment. The only reason it's not a 10 is because we're not allowing other people to affect our happiness. We're not saying that this person is what makes me happy and without them I'm nothing. It's more that we're establishing a very strong foundation of self-love and self-fulfillment. More than anything, it's not just self-love, but self-fulfillment. And then we're only allowing people in who enrich that self-fulfillment. If they take, they must go. If they help us feel good about ourselves and help us embrace these qualities about ourselves, then we want to keep them around. It's really feeling like this blessing is being more self-aware of who is fulfilling towards your emotional needs and where you may need to be a bit protective of your emotional energy as well. These cards are a sense of pride with the way that this man is standing in front of or sitting in front of his cups, but there's also this sense to guard what you do have. And I think that 2021, maybe even this year, has made you very self-aware of the certain relationships you have in your life and the way that people can take or just really impact your mood depending on how they're feeling. So I think in 2021, there's a real selfishness here in a good way to really focus on your self-fulfillment and to only focus on the people in your life who make you feel fulfilled. With this card, I need to tell you, my group 1s, if you are manifesting something that has to do with your happiness, don't give up. This is your wish come true card, so it will manifest in 2021. Don't give up. If you are manifesting, even if it's like some sort of reunion or something that you believe is going to really help in your healing journey or your journey of moving forward and being more selfish in a good way around your emotional needs, don't give up, because that card is saying you do have a wish coming. All right. What else will my group 1s receive in 2021 in terms of their blessings? What else will group 1 receive in 2021 in terms of their blessings? Oh, here they are. You have beautiful water energy around you, my group 1s. This is a soulmate. So you're going to receive someone who will enrich the life that you've already created for yourself. It's like you've been really trying to be more self-aware, selfishly fulfilling towards your emotional needs. And what this does is it's drawing in the people who are on a similar path, the people who can enrich your life in the way that you are craving. I feel with this 6 of Cups, it may be someone that some of you already know. It could be someone who you've shared some sort of history with. This is a childhood sort of card, so like someone who you have memories of from like a distant lifetime almost. Other than that though, this card just represents a beautiful familiar sense of coming home to someone, a feeling as though you've known this person before. Their energy just vibrates to the same frequency as yours. They feel so warm. They feel so kind and caring. I feel like this person has really kind eyes. I think when this person smiles, their eyes smile too. This feels like someone who just, for some reason I want to cry. It's like you've waited so long for this energy to enter your life. And I want to say that a soulmate isn't always romantic. Maybe some of you are manifesting a soulmate friendship, or someone who is going to help you feel secure in the way that you've been craving, because I feel like you've been doing this inside, and your internal is now going to be reflected in your external. And unfortunately, when we set these beautiful boundaries that are healthy and necessary, we do lose some people because they weren't respectful towards those boundaries, or they weren't able to keep up with the way that our energy was ascending. So your external will be reflecting your internal, and you did have to purge some of the old relationships that you had in order to receive these new energies. And even if you don't know this person, there's a sense that you are ready for whoever this is. They're coming in because the two of you share the same energy. There's this beautiful feeling of coming home with this card, a feeling of coming home to someone. And this is someone who, again, they don't have to be romantic, but they're going to be very supportive towards your journey. They're going to really help you align with this purpose that you've created. And I honestly do see you becoming very secure in this connection, because the two of you bounce ideas off each other and are very supportive over each other. I feel like this is someone who you can open up with, especially if you are a hard to get to know person. If you're someone who really guards their heart, I think that this person's warm, inviting energy is going to be really hard to say no to. They're really going to give you a lot of time and space to be who you are when you're ready to as well. I'm sensing a lot of vulnerability here, just this beautiful feeling of needing to cry almost. Like, if this is someone from your past, I feel like it's happy but bitter as well. Like there's some sort of bittersweetness here, that some energy needs to maybe be purged in order for this to work, an apology or something, or some sort of offer, or just really going out on a limb to make this work. I was picking up on a reunion before as well. So I'm also getting the High Priestess for you and the Six of Pentacles. So I'm going to put the Six of Pentacles down and we'll talk about the High Priestess first. So my group ones, 2021's biggest blessing is really teaching you to balance your intuitive mind with your logical mind. You're very aware of your fears. You've done... don't want to flash you guys. You've done a lot of self-work in 2020. You've been put in situations with people or circumstances that have really shown you qualities about yourself that you find to be admirable. And if you're not there yet, I definitely think that you're at least trying to reflect in a way that is more hopeful and positive towards yourself. I'm getting this energy of the kindness that you have been really working on within is going to start to reflect your external as well. You're going to be drawing people in who appreciate you for who you are and how you are. And I'm getting a really passive energy with this card. I'm feeling like you're not always the loudest person in the room, but you have such a powerful, strong energy that does lead. You're still a leader in your own way with the High Priestess card. I feel like there is so much power here in this card, but it doesn't always shine the brightest. It's someone who can sometimes sit in the shadows and they feel overlooked, but you're actually someone who everyone is aware of when you're in that room. 2021 is going to help you trust your intuition more, because some of the things that you've been manifesting are finally going to come into fruition. You're going to finally feel like you've been rewarded for your patience and your perseverance here. I definitely feel that you're manifesting connections into your life that are more meaningful and true to the nature that you possess within. The High Priestess card is saying, again with the third eye chakra, that some of the stuff you kind of know, but you're also not meant to know because the idea here is that you are present. We want you to be present. We want you to be living the life that you are destined to lead so that you can embrace these opportunities when they come. I definitely think with the High Priestess card, 2021 is about learning to trust yourself over everybody else, even me. Group ones, always trust your own intuition primarily. You're going to start to see some of your intuitive visions come to life, the things that you've been dreaming about or picking up on or hearing about or sensing with that third eye. I feel like it's going to start to happen here. And this card is really saying that it's time to appreciate the gifts that you have and to understand that passive is powerful. There is so much power in silence. There is so much power in standing your ground and letting the loud I just heard uneducated fools bury themselves with their own words. There is so much power here with this card. Even if you feel like you've had to really sit back and take a lot of crap from others for the way that you live or for the decisions that you make, I really feel like if you're on this path now where you've had to make some changes and you've had to just sit and be patient and wait for your external world to catch up with the internal change that you've been experiencing. Now, the other card I have here is the Six of Pentacles. This card is talking about balance in terms of the physical things, and I always consider this to be a timing card. It's about balance in terms of time and effort given to you and you to others. I almost feel like 2021 is going to help balance things out for you in every respect. We have balancing out of emotions here, which leads to a balancing lifestyle. I think that the Six of Pentacles is going to teach you to manage your time better in a way that you are investing in things that gratify your needs. I think that some of you need to balance your time so that you're not always working, or you're not always working on your goals, so that you do have time to appreciate the other gratifying things in your life. I feel like this is very much focused on non-material things, but if you were worried about finances, Spirit is indicating that your finances will be okay. Any measures that you've put in place now were more than necessary, and if you're considering doing a budget or like a forecast, I definitely think that would be helpful with the Six of Pentacles. It's almost like you've already put something in process and it's paying off in 2021. Even if it's just like a savings scheme, or you have this habit of storing, your loose coins in a tin or something, it just feels like whatever you're doing with your money is going to pay off in 2021 in a way that fulfills your lifestyle, your needs, but it isn't overindulgent. Like, this card is a sense of giving back what you get so that the cycle continues, but you have to give in order to receive here. And I feel like this card is also highlighting that not all that glitters is gold, my group one. Spirit is really indicating that you're going to have people and circumstances in your life that are going to gratify other parts of your soul. And you're really being encouraged to step into that and to not be so materially focused, so that you can be present and ready to accept these opportunities. Overall, though, I do see you forming some sort of commitment in 2021. The Ace of Pentacles is telling me that there will be a blessing coming towards you. It could manifest in the form of a job opportunity, a new relationship. I think it's either a job or a relationship. It's long-lasting, it's worth investing in, and it is going to give you a new sense of, I just hear dedicated effort. Like, you're really wanting to, this is going to pay off because it's becoming a career, or it's becoming like a lifelong partnership. Whatever opportunity manifests, 2021 is about long-term stability and goals and having shared visions. I feel like you've been doing so much internal work, and now we're finally receiving the real deal, my group ones, the things that are meant to be in our lives, because we have reached our purpose. So it's time for the things that were meant for us to finally find us. So group one, that is what I have for you in terms of the blessings that you will receive in 2021. I'm going to take this over to the extended now, where I will break it down into a love, life, career. If you would like to join us over there, the link to Patreon is down below. Otherwise, please look after yourselves, and I'll see you in another video. Bye! Hi group two, and welcome. If you chose the Labradorite crystal, can you see that color? Maybe I'm holding it the wrong way. What about now? That's a bit better. If you chose this Labradorite crystal, then this is going to be your reading. So we're asking Spirit about your blessings for 2021. This video is going to be a general reading, looking into the overall energy. There will be an extended on Patreon where I'll dive deeper. On Patreon, we're going to be looking at your career, your life, and your love situation as well, and what blessings will manifest in those 3 categories. It's going to be a quick video today, straight to the point, because one, I don't have a lot of time, but also let's just focus on the positives. Hey, let's just take the blessings and leave the rest in 2020. Oh, my heart, stop it. Oh, wow, look at these cards. I've got to flip one because I'm not taking reversals in this deck today. Look at these cards. 2021, harmony and light. The Star card and the Lovers card. Your choices towards hope will lead to success, balance, stability, harmony, growth, love, appreciation. I'm also sensing a sense of devotion here. I feel us manifesting devotion into our lives through our own devotion towards hope. I feel like 2021 is going to help inspire you to think bigger, because initially you're just trying to focus on the here and now, getting through, surviving, maintaining a level of stability so that you don't feel like you're losing your mind, my group ones. Oh, so gassy. I always am when I read, and then it just comes out when I'm filming. I'm like, excuse me, now is not the time. Anyway, what a tangent. I really feel a sense of direction with this light card. I always think of the star as like some sort of guiding light, an opportunity to focus on something bigger than us and to trust that that is going to lead us in the right direction. I feel like some of you are going to be elevated into new circumstances where you have the opportunity to be guiding sources of light towards the people in your life. This star card is telling me that some of you are going to be able to take on a new direction that is going to lead you to being somewhat of a celebrity, in the sense that you're going to have a following, whether that's a small following of 5 to 10 people in a local community group or on a bigger digital platform. I definitely feel like you're using this sense of direction to help direct others towards more, what's the best way to describe it? It doesn't feel like, it almost feels like you're just the vessel, if that makes sense. And I don't mean to discredit the work that you're doing, but it's like you just let this energy flow through you as some sort of conduit so that others can also see the light. It's real, it's very pilgrimage. Why is that still in my head? That was from group 1, pilgrimage. So it's interesting because Spirit is indicating that some of you, it's going to be an uncomfortable process. Some of you aren't used to being in the spotlight. Some of you don't want that kind of responsibility. But I think that there's emphasis here on the fact that you are just the messenger, for example, as a tarot reader is. You are just the messenger. You are just the conduit. And as long as you are looking after yourself and trusting the source of your knowledge, then there is no need to feel ashamed by the work that you're doing. It's almost like it's hard because I'm sensing a real sense of pride, but there's also a sense of isolation and alienation here. Like, this purpose is so difficult to explain in a casual social setting. I almost feel with this star card that some of you, whatever you have been going through is going to help you help others through that as well. Again, it doesn't have to be massive. It could just be a small group of 5 to 10 people. But you're going to find yourself helping others in 2021. And I think that this is a blessing because it gives you a sense of retrospection. We're able to look outside of ourselves and realize how far we've come, and we're able to appreciate the challenges that we've overcome as well. And I think that there's a beautiful sense of balance here because we're choosing to also continue our own healing. How can we help others if we haven't helped ourselves first? But we're also not getting stuck in our pain. And that's the thing about our healing journeys. Sometimes we trigger things that are so painful that we get stuck on that pain, and then we think we just need more time to heal and more time to heal. But helping others can appreciate or show us how far we've actually come. When we have the opportunity to help someone else, we can kind of go, oh, I'm not as stuck as I thought I was, or I'm not as broken as I thought I was. I'm not as wounded as I thought I was. I'm actually doing really well, and I've come such a long way. So there's a beautiful sense of helping others in a way that does help yourself, or helping yourself in a way that helps others. I'm feeling balance here of being selfish so that you can be selfless. It's a weird infinity loop. It's literally like your self-care somehow helps other people do that as well. Let's get some tarot, hey? Let's dive deeper. Let's get some tarot. What's going on for my group 2s? What blessings will they receive in 2021? Group 2, what blessings will they receive in 2020? Oh, I just saw the 10 of Cups. Okay, well, obviously, some of you are solidifying a relationship that you currently have, or you're stepping into something that is going to give you a lot of fulfillment. Some of you, this is someone who is like how do I describe this? I've taken a couple of days off and I'm struggling to get my head back in the game. I'm just like so in tune with the energies, my tongue doesn't want to work. It literally feels like a predestined fate, a fated union, predestined. Like there's a beautiful energy around this person. It's slightly daunting, like my heart is skipping a beat, but I think that with the 10 of Cups being flashed, this is someone who some of you may end up having a family with. Children could be involved already. But there is this beautiful feeling of like coming into alignment in a way that you're fulfilling each other's emotional needs and thinking about the future together as well. I think that a decision in a relationship will really help it in 2021 elevate to the next level. But let's have a look at your cards. The 4 of Swords reverse, so coming out of a period of inaction. I feel like it's about using some of the things you've already learned about yourself to elevate your current circumstances and help others. You are a guiding light, Spirit is saying. We also have the Ace of Wands, so purpose, passion, a new beginning that involves creation. I feel like some of you may be having a baby in 2021. The Ace of Wands is a birth card as well. What else do you have for my group 2s? What blessings will they receive in 2021? If you're not looking for a child, wear protection because I'm really seeing children here. There's going to be a birth for some of you. We have the Lovers card again. You are joking. We have the Lovers card again. So some of you are coming into union with someone who is going to, it's fated apparently. It's fated. There's harmony here. It's like you had to ascend into your light in order for this to happen. Some of you will meet this person through a platform. Like they will get to see you shine and they reach out to you and you connect in that way. But I do think you have a big decision to make in 2021 involving a relationship here. And it's going to set you on the right path. For some of you, you have a new beginning in love in 2021 that is going to help you create the emotional journey that you wanted to. I almost get this feeling of ticking boxes with you, like you've ticked all these other boxes and now we're focusing on love. Like what does love need? What does our love life need? How can we use the passion we have for our other areas of our life in order to create abundance in our love life? I feel like these 2 aces are indicating some sort of creation and some sort of opportunity to extend ourselves into a new relationship. Like I feel like some of you are entering a relationship where this person feels very similar to you. And I think that the 2 of you could learn a lot about yourselves by learning about each other. I think that having this beautiful sense of appreciation for your own talent, your own light, is going to really reflect in the way that others see you, because people see your worth now. You're the star. You're someone worth investing in. You're someone who is going places, is what I feel. And the Ace of Cups is just this sense of someone trying to almost crack your code by reaching out and giving you this cup. I feel like you have a new opportunity in love, yes, and some of you are definitely having a child in 2021. We have the 9 of Cups reversed with the Page of Swords reversed, and your bottom deck energy is the 7 of Swords. Ooh, hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Yeah, there's some people in your life who take. 2021 is going to show the true colors of some of the people. It's a blessing because we're not letting that happen twice. Remember that beautiful quote. I don't know why I'm saying remember. This is the first time some of you are hearing this. I sometimes forget that I'm talking to strangers on the internet. There's that beautiful quote, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't fool me again. there's so many different variations of that quote, but that's the only one I choose to believe in because I'm not going to be fooled twice. And that is what this card is highlighting. There is this need to shed light on the way that people have been acting towards you. 2021 is going to give you the opportunity to be very strategic about some of the people in your life, because we start with these beautiful opportunities of coming out of, I hear isolation with the Four of Swords. Some of you are coming out of isolation, and this leads to a new beginning over here. Oh, I just heard quarantine babies, so please be careful if you're not looking for a child. Wear protection, please. Goodness. Coming out of quarantine or isolation or whatever this period of inaction is, we have an idea of what we want to do. We're going to make that happen. The Ace of Wands, the universe is giving us an opportunity. We decide we want to run for it. This is something we're passionate about. It's a new creation of some sorts. There is a birth here of something. It's the birth of a new hobby. It's the birth of a new passionate beginning. It's the birth of a new business for some of you that is involved in some sort of creative project. And this leads to us needing to make a major decision about a pre-existing relationship or a new one. There's something about this that is incredibly fated, and it does impact the relationships we have. Moving forward, the Ace of Cups will give us a new emotional opportunity to delve deeper into something in our lives in a way that some of you haven't before. For some of you, this is a friendship that is deepening, or this is a connection that is turning into a relationship on a romantic level. This is a pre-existing connection or commitment that is deepening even further. I feel with the Ace of Cups, like it's about understanding somebody else so that we can understand ourselves better. This is someone who we can learn from and who can learn from us if we just get to know each other better. And this in turn will reveal a lot about the other people in our lives, because as we examine these new people, these new opportunities, we realize how we have failed ourselves in the past here. 2021 is going to give us a really strong backbone, and we're going to struggle to let things slide in the way that we used to. With the Nine of Cups reversed, we're going to be more selfish here. We're going to really put our foot down, and we're going to have to really highlight where people have been taking advantage of us. I feel with the Nine of Cups like it's about really not letting people use and abuse our kindness for what it is. And I think with the Nine of Cups, unfortunately, I see you withdrawing from some people who aren't able to get that message, who aren't able to appreciate that newfound strength you have within yourself. The Nine of Cups reversed is asking for you to really take time out if you are feeling a little bit challenged in your emotions, especially if you experience lows in your mood and mental health concerns in general. I'm sensing a need to just reflect here, to get to the root of those feelings and to really understand how these feelings are trying to help us steer ourselves in our lives. It's okay to feel down. Our emotions are our indicator of what's wrong, what's going on, what's going good, you know? What's going wrong, what's going good. And if we're feeling down, I think that many of us are so quick to blame ourselves, but what are those feelings trying to tell us? Are there other people in our lives that are maybe taking advantage of us? And how can we change those relationships by maybe having healthier boundaries or withdrawing our emotional support altogether? Really pay attention to your emotions. That will set you free with the Nine of Cups reversed. That is why this is a blessing. It's going to set you free, and you're going to have so much room for activities. I'm sorry, that's a Step Brothers quote. So much room for growth, so much room for appreciation. The right people who are really motivated towards your success and your happiness are going to appreciate you, and that is a more deeper sense of fulfillment, because there's no jealousy there, there's no bitterness there. They just are happy that you are happy. As we come over to the Page of Swords, 2021 is going to reveal a lot about your curious nature, and I think others spying on you as well. It's a weird energy of curiosity killed the cat with the Page of Swords reversed. It's almost like you're going to find out something here with the way that people have been acting that is going to set you free. And I'm really getting this fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Like, it's like you don't have time for it. I don't want it. Like, just get it out. Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. And I don't know if this is going to be as serious as like a long-term commitment that you're currently in, but there's this real feeling of like you just are focusing so much on these beautiful new beginnings that when this happens, it's like, are you joking? Why would you even try that? you don't have the time or the energy for it. And I don't see this being an emotional thing. I see it being a mental thing. You're literally just thinking to yourselves, how did I let this happen? And how can I stop this from happening again? I think that this is a blessing because you're so wizened towards this behavior now that you aren't going to let it bruise you again. And I almost feel like when you are able to appreciate this truth for what it is, you're almost able to focus more on something else. Like, I can't lie. You have so much opportunity over here that you can't even let this affect you. But when it does happen, it almost sets you free and you're like, oh, thank God, I can finally cut that loose and I'll focus on this instead. I almost see you letting go of some sort of situation that you suspected wasn't serving you, and you had to just sort of let it unfold naturally. And this is it unfolding naturally. It wasn't meant for you. It's going to cross your morals, or something is going to happen in a way that you're going to find something out that you don't like. And I see you literally just saying, hit the road, Jack, and don't come back. Like, you're literally just too busy with all of this, and it helps bring you into whatever harmony this is up here. I feel like you're making choices that are very pivotal to you being more independent and standing up for what you believe in. You're really growing a backbone here in the best of ways. I'm not saying that you're spineless now. I just really feel like it takes a lot of strength and courage to do this, and I can feel that it's been a big journey for you. You've had to think about this for a long time. When you do decide to step forward, it is going to shed light onto things that maybe you were just forcing yourself not to see, but it isn't going to affect your emotions. I need to highlight that. You're almost relieved that this is ending because now you can focus more on your other beginnings. So group 2, that is what I have for you. I'm going to take this over to Patreon now, where we will look at these energies in your love, career, and life in general situations. If this is where you are leaving us, please look after yourself. Happy New Year. I forgot where we're at in the year. Happy New Year, and I shall see you in another video. If you would like to join us in the extended, the link to that is down below. It'll be in the Patreon community, and I shall see you there. Bye! Hi group 3, and welcome. If you chose the amethyst crystal, then this is going to be your reading. I'm going to put that over there for now. We're going to have a look at your oracle cards and see what blessings you can expect in 2021. I'll be getting into tarot later, and there will be an extended to today's video. The extended will be over on Patreon. We'll be diving into how these blessings will manifest in your life, your career, and your love situation as well. So, you guys got the most oracle cards. Oh no, actually, I apologize. Group 5 did. Group 5 got like, so many. But hey, you came second with 3. All right. I'm not actually taking reversals, but holy heck. Look at that, 3 cups cards. We have the heart chakra, the 6 of cups, and the 8 of cups as well. So Spirit is saying emotional withdrawal, reflection, connection, and allowing yourself to be open again. When I hold these cards like this, I'm literally getting 4, 6, 8. Our life moves in stages, and I feel like you guys may be leaving something behind in 2020. 2020 or 2021? 2021 for some of you. Yeah, you're not quite there yet. The 8 of Cups is saying that there's something in your life that needs to be released in order to make room for something more meaningful. It's all about your heart, my group 3s. I definitely think that for some of you, this isn't necessarily a relationship. It's actually something like some sort of cycle that you found yourself in. It might just be a mindset. It could just be a behavior, some sort of situation, some sort of schedule. But it does affect your emotions because it keeps you limited, and it keeps you going like this to the point where we can't let anything in. Some of you, you've already purged this. I do need to say that, group 3. I don't mean to shock you. The 8 of Cups is just saying that a period of withdrawal will lead to a newfound sense of connection in a way that your heart chakra has been begging for you to be ready for. I almost feel like my heart is heavy and yet light at the same time. Oh, goodness. Some of you are already with this person. Let's figure this out, hey? I was trying to read the cards, but I feel like I'm getting drunk off this energy. It's very intoxicating. This person may be someone who you only see when you're under the influence for some of you. I just feel intoxicated by this energy. I've only been drinking, I mean, I have been drinking Coke. I haven't drank Coke in so long, and yet here I am intoxicating my own body with chemicals. Anyway, goodness. No alcohol though, I promise. That's later. We'll wait till my birthday for that. I definitely feel like this is an energy of needing to detox something in order to receive something else. And some of you are already in this detoxing phase, okay? If you know you are, then please don't discredit all of the work that you've been doing. I do have to cover a large scope of people here. You're kind of split, my group 3. Some of you have been detoxing. You've been trying to release these old cycles, old relationships, old situations that keep you stuck. Others of you aren't quite there yet. You're not aware of how these people, these circumstances, these behaviors are limiting you, and they're creating dead ends because the only room to go is back down again. I think that breaking out of these cycles leads to a deeper sense of connection here with the Six of Cups. There's a feeling of coming home to someone, or coming into union with something that feels so comfortable and somewhat nostalgic, familiar, supportive. I heard cherished and loved too. So there's a real sense of connection with this card for you, my group 3s. It's a real sense of connection, something that you've been craving your whole life. And there's something about this that feels so familiar because some of you already know this person, but even if you don't, there'll be recognition in their eyes. It is a relationship for you. The other groups were a bit ambiguous, but group 3, yours is so far a relationship. That's what Spirit's highlighting. Your blessing in 2021 is that the more you honor yourself, the more you will feel honored by others. You have to honor your integrity and what your heart deserves here, and realize how you may have been limiting your deserving. It almost feels like we need to finally get out of something in order to finally get into something else. Being emotionally available to receive the blessings that are coming, that's the biggest message you need to hear. And some of you have been working so hard to do this already. Some of you aren't quite there yet, but this is what you needed to know in order to receive it. You have to be emotionally available and ready to receive this blessing, because it is going to make your heart swell again. And I think that there's fear when your heart swells, because that swelling makes you think that, geez, if this person goes, I could lose everything. But I definitely feel with the heart chakra that where there's pain, there's also healing. And this is the kind of situation that offers so much healing. It's not meant to be painful. It's meant to allow us to feel secure and safe. I think that there's just a fear of intimacy here that may have limited potential in the past, either with this person or with other relationships. Anyway, we weren't supposed to be reading. We're supposed to be gassing. So let's gas you up, my group 3s. What blessings will you receive in 2021? What blessings will you receive? Oh, excuse me. We have the Queen and the King on deck, but one's a cup and one's a pentacle. The Queen's unavailable. The Queen is out here looking at other things, and the King is, I just heard the King is at a distance longing for them, but also pretending that they don't exist. What is going on here? Excuse me, what is going on here? Group 3, what blessings will they receive in 2021? What is going on for my group 3s? Okay, that's nice. What blessings will they receive in 2021, Spirit? Be very clear, please. What blessings? We got 2 kings now. Okay. It's interesting, you guys. You have a lot of quartz energy here. We have 2 kings. Oh, protecting. Oh, goodness. That makes sense. Okay. Some of you may need to protect a union from outside opinions, outside influences. There's a desire to make a decision about something, and in order to do that, it seems really cold. It feels like you have to really stand up against someone who it makes you look like you don't care about them, but you do. There's a lot of respect for this king. Whoever this King of Swords is, they could have a lot of air in their charts. They could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but they just feel like they're somewhat of an authority or a peer. I don't know why. I felt like the King of Cups was you, and this Queen of Pentacles is unavailable. I don't think they're unavailable, but there's something about protection here as well. Protecting a relationship from outside opinions or from unhelpful opinions. With the 5 of Wands reversed, it's this feeling as though people are just taking advantage of, or too quick to judge. They're too quick to judge. A lot of opinions about something. Let me have a look at your bottom deck energy. Hierophant. Okay, so you need to know that the biggest blessing that you will get in 2021 involves you trusting information from the right sources. I feel us getting a sense of clarity, and there's a weird sense of conformity here. It's almost like we need this structure in order to feel safe, because otherwise it's too much of a chaos. Like, you're the kind of people who it feels like you like trusting your heart, but you need some form of structure or some form of validation from some source in order to feel safe. And I don't mean to say this in a bad way. I think that this is very helpful because you belong to a strict culture or a strict religious practice or some sort of community that is very much a part of your identity, and there needs to be somewhat of an approval there in order for you to feel connected to this community. For some of you, it's about having parents or community recognize a relationship that you're in so that you can pursue what you want here. For others of you, I feel like this is a blessing because you're undertaking some sort of higher experience of learning in order to appreciate the opportunities that are coming towards you. I really feel like I'm reading between the lines for you, because where we were shown all the hearts here, it's just like a whole story of influences down here. And I see that 2021 is really about you focusing on your heart because there is so much else going on around you. I definitely feel like you're worried about being judged about something, or there's fear about you wanting to open up to someone and them making you feel like an idiot for the concerns that you have, or you just feel like they're not appreciating the concerns that you have. The Hierophant card is almost telling me that you have this beautiful sense of validation coming from some sort of influence that you respect, whether it's a church or some sort of society or some sort of parental figure who represents a cultural practice, an elder or something. It's like you're getting the opportunity here to receive structure again to something that felt very unsupportively chaotic. Goodness me. That's a very far out message, so I don't know if it's going to resonate with all of you, but it definitely feels like you need this validation in order to feel supported in the choices that you make. Now, if I come back over to the Queen and the King over here, they came out together, so I'm seeing them as a couple. One could be an earth sign and the other could have water placements. So we've got, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and we also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So I really feel like regardless of signs, one person is emotionally invested into being successful but controlled. It feels like this person has to pretend that their feelings don't run as deep as they are. They have to be diplomatic in social environments in order to really help this situation have its full potential. This relationship is being tested, and it overcomes those tests by maintaining a level of integrity, is what I want to say. It's almost like this King of Cups person has to prove their love for this Queen of Pentacles. And I'm literally hearing, how deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? This King of Cups person is really being challenged to prove how much they care in order for this to overcome the expectations of others and the strong opinions of this King of Swords, because this King of Swords is an incredibly respected person. This is a father for some of you, or this is a brother. This feels like a peer to the king, though. Like, these two know each other, and this one has to impress that one, because the Queen is saying, listen, I'm set. Like, I actually don't need a relationship. I've got everything I need over here. I am so secure in myself that this relationship isn't going to completely detach. Like, it isn't going to destroy me if it falls apart. But at the same time, if you resonate with this Queen of Pentacles energy, I feel like there could be children involved in this picture for some of you. There's something about this queen that means that they can't be the one who steps up to the king. These two kings have to sort out their differences between them. This Queen of Pentacles has to focus on their own health, their own success, and something else in their own life. They can't compromise that. And by being that firm, the King of Cups is then forced to stand up and really prove themselves here. And at first, I feel like the King of Cups is saying exactly what the King of Swords wants to hear. But then the King of Swords turns around and says, okay, now prove it. And then the King of Cups has to really let their guard down and reveal the turmoil of emotions around them and the fact that they are very much in love and wanting this to be successful. There's a lot of backing and forth here. And while this is happening, I literally just see this Queen of Pentacles focusing on their health and their work, like just almost as though these two have more of a connection than this one. But for whatever reason, he has to prove to him that he loves her in order to get approval. It's crazy, my group threes. It's a blessing because it works out, because we're able to move forward here with the Four of Pentacles reversed. We're able to let bygones be bygones. We're not being stubborn anymore. We're not going, well, one size fits all in relationships. This King of Swords is cautious but accepting, and they're allowing the circumstances to move forward. There's a sense of giving here. And I really feel with the Page of Pentacles, like we have a new opportunity here in 2021 to focus on something that we've been meaning to cultivate for some time. And it could be this relationship, because these two came out together. I feel like it's you wanting to cultivate things the right way, with the correct approval, under the right structure or circumstances, in a way that you are able to express yourselves and be yourselves. If this isn't a relationship, I can definitely see how this person is trying to convince someone else that they are allowed to follow their heart in order to be successful. And it's almost like this King of Swords doesn't see the success. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the King of Swords is saying, you're not going to be successful. Nothing grows that way. No success comes to people that way. And the King of Cups is having to prove themselves to this King of Swords that they can be successful. And eventually, the King of Swords gives and agrees that, you know, okay, you do it and prove me wrong. And the King of Cups does just that by doing this Page of Pentacles. I feel with the Page of Pentacles, there's an engagement of some sorts. The commitment is being tested here. And I think that what really wins the King of Swords over is that if this is a relationship, you're able to show how committed the two of you are together. If this is some sort of endeavor in terms of your career, I see you undertaking study and really just showing promise in that study. It almost feels like very quickly it just makes sense, and whoever's opinions you had to combat, they very quickly take them back, because it's very quickly obvious that this is what is meant to happen here with the Page of Pentacles. Oh, what a story, my group threes. Holy heck, that is what I have for you in terms of your blessings in 2021. It sounds like a soap opera. Very, very dramatic, but that's the nature of our lives. It was a very specific message, so I would recommend that you have a look at other groups if you feel that it didn't 100% resonate. I feel like that is a very specific message, but I'm going to take this into the extended now. We're going to be going over to Patreon. I'll look into your life, your career, and your love to see what blessings you will receive specifically in those three circumstances. Please look after yourselves. Trust that beautiful heart of yours. However you choose to resonate in this message, know that it will work out. The commitment is definitely being tested here, whether it's a relationship or some sort of work commitment. It does pay off through you really devoting yourself to the task at hand. And I do see success eventually and approval with this Hierophant card. Definitely have a look at other groups if you think that there are messages there. Otherwise, I'll see you in another video. Bye! Hi Group 4 and welcome. If you chose the Moonstone / Opalite Crystal, then this is going to be your reading. I'm just going to change this camera. I don't really like it. Group 4. Today we're asking Spirit about your blessings for 2021. This reading will have an extended reading. It'll be over on Patreon. In that extended reading, we'll be looking at breaking your blessings down into those 3 categories of life, career, and love to get a bit more specific. But I do plan to get very specific and detailed in this reading. It's just going to be a quick fire reading, not super long. They don't have a lot of time. Let's see what blessings you will receive. So your first card is the 7 of Swords reversed, deception and envy. I'm going to put that upright while I read though. We have the 3 of Wands, partnerships and alliances. Wow, I just heard cutting out bullshit. So we're eliminating people who have been deceptive in the past and focusing on the alliances or the partnerships that are going to strengthen our direction forward. And it doesn't have to be completely malicious. With this 7 of Swords, I don't think that these people necessarily meant harm. I just feel that whatever they were doing, it didn't exactly align with the direction that you're headed in. So it doesn't have to be a full-on betrayal. It's just that they no longer serve your purpose moving forward. The 3 of Wands is asking for you to expand your vision in 2021. Key events are going to start to unfold at the beginning of the year. I'm seeing March for a lot of you, probably because of the 3 on this. But it feels like these key events will lead towards an expanded vision of where you're headed. I think that right now, maybe a lot of you are in this lurch sort of phase of not really knowing where to next, maybe having some sort of stability, but it feels like we're still just sort of wandering almost aimlessly. And there's going to be these more, not necessarily opportunities, but it kind of feels like things start to align more at the beginning of next year. And this leads to some sort of changes in your external world as well with the 5 of Pentacles here. In this deck, it's called financial and material changes. 5 of Pentacles doesn't necessarily mean loss, but I do feel like we are changing something about our physical circumstances. So some of you could be relocating your, I'm just feeling like your lifestyle. So it might not be like your home, but it does feel like with the 5 of Pentacles, you are leaving something behind. Because of this partnerships and alliances card, because of the expanded vision, we have to transition out of something. 5s will always be instigators of change, but they are also challenges. And with the 5 of Pentacles, it feels like the challenge here is to overcome some sort of environment that was a bit too harsh for you to grow in. It almost feels like there was some sort of abandonment in terms of if this is a connection or a relationship, if this is a career path, it just wasn't growing, it wasn't going anywhere. And we almost have to be challenged in that environment in order to realize that it's not serving us. So you may be in a period of complacency right now where things seem stable, but there is this underlying sense of boredom. And I feel like 2021 is going to challenge those complacent energies so that you can grow into things that are more meaningful to your overall journey. Especially with the 3 of Wands, this just feels like expansion. And I feel like there's some sort of words being spoken over here with the 7 of Swords. It may be minor, like I was saying, it doesn't have to be a full-blown betrayal, but I feel like this exchange of words really shows someone's true colors, and it leads to you wanting to leave that behind. This is a very sneaky energy of stepping away from something and only taking a little bit with you. So I feel like some sort of truth is being revealed here. The mask is coming off and we're focusing more on the partnerships or the acquaintances who are supportive of our expansive vision. Let's get some tarot and dive deeper though. Group 4, please, Spirit. What blessings can they expect in 2021? Your first card is the Knight of Wands in the upright position. I feel like the Knight of Wands is indicating some sort of unexpected travel as well. So maybe some of you didn't think that you'd be able to move into this part of your journey this quickly. I definitely feel like there's a spontaneous energy here. We have the 3 of Wands again, but reversed this time. And it's also being accompanied by the 2 of Cups upright. So you are going to have this key figure who could just be a friend with the 2 of Cups. It doesn't have to be romantic, but this person is going to help you break out of this feeling of being stuck. With the 3 of Wands reversed, I think you definitely have choices. You just don't know which direction to go into yet. And 2021 is going to help you pinpoint that focus so that you're able to channel into one particular area. It's almost like you need to be aware of how expansive your options are, though. We're almost just focusing on one particular thing and not fully accrediting the other two options. What is going on? Eight of Cups. So we're definitely walking away from something. And I feel like this journey instigates a little bit of fear because we're walking into something unknown here with the Eight of Cups. We're leaving something behind that doesn't emotionally serve us anymore. But what we're walking into is plagued with darkness. It's a path that hasn't been walked before. And even though we know it's right because it's going to lead to fulfillment, there is a little bit of fear here because of the moon. The moon's hiding something. So I definitely think that you have to overcome a lot of fear in order to do this, but it does happen. And with these two cards in the placement that they are, it's literally you walking away from what doesn't serve you to find your Two of Cups. So it's almost like this friend reacquaints you with what you truly want. They help you realize where your heart truly lies, whether this is a career move or a physical relocation or a relationship change for some of you. This acquaintance here really helps you realize what your heart truly wants, and it prompts you to make these changes, even though there is a little bit of fear because this is a road that you haven't walked before. There's comfort in the fact that this is the right decision to make for you based on your heart's feelings. What else is happening for Group 4 in 2021 with their blessings? What blessings will they receive in 2021? I have the King of Pentacles for you guys. So a lot of security, a lot of overall success. You're going to feel a sense of things are aligning and I'm going somewhere. I feel like if you have been creating some sort of legacy for yourself, especially if you are a home, like operating a business out of your home or something, or even just self-employed in general, I definitely feel like it's going to be a lot more secure and stable, especially towards the end of 2021, mostly because some of you are actually starting a business next year. The King of Pentacles is just saying that there could be a key figure in your game. There could be a key player in your journey who is of Pentacles signs, so in terms of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is someone who is reliable in terms of the advice they give because they've walked that path before. They know how to be successful. They're aware of what it takes to leave people behind in order to step towards your success. This could be a mentor as well, or you could be reaching a position where you're able to mentor other people through the challenges they face. I feel like this could even just be like a really... It doesn't feel necessarily a part of your energy, though. I mean, it could be you towards the end of the year, but it does feel like this is someone who you could reach out to for advice because they have the success that you're wanting and they have the stability that you're wanting. And there's something about this that it took sacrifice and it took going against the grain in order to get that as well. Your bottom deck energy is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So I do see you committing yourself to something here that is going to challenge your I want to say security, but it's in the sense that you got a little bit complacent in your garden, Group 4, and it doesn't mean that you're not financially stable. I do see that it requires you committing your heart to this venture, especially with these cards in the middle. You don't have to do this alone, but once you win your own heart over, this is going to be a much smoother transition towards your success. Definitely think about who this King of Pentacles could be if it's somebody else. For some of you, it is just you. It's you coming into your wealth and your success towards the end of the year. But I think that if you do know someone who has walked a similar path to you, in terms of whatever journey you're taking, especially with owning your own business, then they may be helpful to ask for advice or just the little things, logistical things, maybe with tax or what they did to sort out their GST for small businesses or something like that. It just feels like the advice that you gain from over here with this helpful friend who knows your heart space very well as the advice from this helpful King of Pentacles who knows the business games really well, it overall leads to the fear being lessened over here with the Eight of Cups. So I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I can see here for you. I feel like if you've been really confused about what path to take in 2021, especially if you already have choices and options, that will become very clear in January, February, and in March, we're actually committing ourselves to something, mostly because of this Knight of Wands. Whoever this energy is, they come in and they inspire you to want more. It could just be you scrolling through social media or having the opportunity to actually think about what you want. This energy is fresh and it really changes the stagnation that you may be experiencing now. The Knight of Wands is coming in purely with this rod of inspiration to inspire you to take a new journey, and it isn't necessarily easy because the terrain is dry and it's just desert, but it does lead to a lot of emotional and physical fulfillment as well. I definitely see financial changes here, literally with that Five of Pentacles. And I do think that for some of you, it involves you walking out on something that you already have created, walking out on a job that had a lot of promise on you, perhaps. It just feels like these transitions are for you, and unfortunately it means that you have to sneak away from someone else who was gunning on you being there as well. But even though the road is unwalked by those around you, doesn't mean there aren't people who can offer you support, either materially or in terms of your emotions. You are surrounded by people who really want you to be successful. It's just about getting the right advice from the right people here, especially with the Two of Cups. This feels like a beautiful friendship, like a beautiful soulmate friend who just knows your heart, knows your true character, and is very supportive of your vision. This card also talks about compromise, and I feel like this is you compromising that inner turmoil within yourself in order to step away from what isn't serving you. You have to make peace with yourself and really win your heart space over and tell yourself that this is the right decision to make, because it's almost like your logical mind is saying, well, I've done this for this long, like I can just stick it out. But your heart is saying, no, we're destined for more things. Like there's so much more out there. Let's keep growing. They definitely see a lot of expansion for you. It's just about winning yourself over and enlisting the right support from others as well. So group 4, that is what I'm seeing for you. I'm going to take this over to the extended now. I don't want to ramble too much about it. Yeah, I feel like that was straight to the point. And in the extended over on Patreon, I'll just break this energy down into life, career, and love so that we're able to formally separate it as well. If you'd like to join us, the link to Patreon is down below. Otherwise, if this is where you're leaving us, look after your wonderful self, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hi group 5, and welcome. If you chose the bloodstone crystal, I hope you can see. I did try to show you in the intro. This crystal has little speckles of red in it that makes it a bloodstone, but you can't really see because the green is so dark. So today, group 5, we are doing a blessings video. What blessings can you expect for 2021? There will be an extended for this video too. The extended will be on Patreon, so the link to that is down below. In the extended, I'll just dive deeper by separating this energy into life, career, and love. That seems to be the theme that works for most of us. But let's get into it. Let's see what blessings you can expect. We have rest and rejuvenate. I actually remember when this card came out for you and it was in the reverse. So I feel like you're actually coming out of a period of inaction. And you guys got the most oracle cards out of everybody too. I think you literally got 5. So lucky I did your group. Now we also have fulfillment of wishes, the 9 of Cups. So we're attaining a higher level of fulfillment for self. I really want to be clear in that because it's like nobody is really giving this to us. It really feels like this is coming after a period of feeling out your situation. What do I want? And once you made a clear decision about what you want and what is going to make you happy, it's like the universe is helping you achieve that. The universe is helping you find that within your life. We have the 6 of Pentacles, material and spiritual prosperity. I'm not really taking reversals here, so I'm just going to be reading them as the upright, unless I'm feeling called to otherwise, like with this card. We also have solitude, so the Hermit card's gracing our presence today. We have balance, the number 11. I actually want to read this as justice here. I really feel a sense of justice after something. You've been out of action is what I feel. You've been out of action for a little bit of time, and I feel like we're finally having the opportunity to maybe get back in the game, like whether this is something to do with love or something to do with your career. Maybe you've been physically healing for some time. I definitely feel like we're getting back into something, and we're receiving balance to a period of inaction. So where we weren't experiencing a lot, we're now going to be experiencing not too much, but definitely a lot more. You have 2 major arcanas as well at the end of your row, so I do feel like there's divine intervention over here. I don't really feel that you'll be spending a lot of time in this solitude. I just feel like there's going to be moments where you're feeling incredibly grateful for whatever time you did take out in 2020, because there's almost this aha moment where you're able to appreciate retrospectively all of those times that you were able to be introspective and reflective and just thinking about, why do I feel this way and what's going on, and how can I change this? How can I feel this way instead? How can I feel fulfilled instead? There's a beautiful appreciation over here with the Hermit card of finally going, that makes sense. That's why that had to happen. And it's uncanny, because it's almost like if this didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened. And if that didn't happen, then this wouldn't have happened. It's all starting to make sense over here. And I'm realizing now that you actually have 6 cards. We have the 2 of Pentacles, movements, choices, decisions. So we're trying to simplify our circumstances in 2021. The biggest blessing is that everything that you've learned in 2020 is going to pay off in 2021, in the sense that we're being rewarded for our periods of inaction and useful reflection. Whatever time you spent alone in 2020, it was purposeful. There was a rhyme and reason for it, and we're going to start to realize that in 2021. I see balance overall between this balance card and the 6 of Pentacles. There's this feeling as though everything is coming together. I definitely feel like a reward for something. It may be monetary for some of you, but it feels like you're just having more of someone's time. It feels like you're having more of someone's committable energy. Even if it's just family, group 5, I really feel like this is things coming into alignment after you had to do a lot of your stuff by yourself. It feels like you spent a lot of time to yourself in 2020, and 2021 is about enriching this life that you've created for yourself, so that you do feel connected, supported, and balanced more than anything. I think that there is a deep sense of being self-aware with this 9 of Cups. You're very much on this path of self-love and self-nurturing, and knowing how to be your own nurturer. For some of you, you've had to figure that out, but now we're having a balance of energy, enriching that beautiful, strong self foundation. And it's going to be a little bit challenging, only because you're so satisfied with yourself now that you have to try to make room for these other people who want to support you and nurture you as well. And you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I need that, because I've been doing it by myself this whole time. Let's get some tarot as well and figure out if there's anything else that I've missed. You guys got 6 cards though, so that's crazy. I think the only other group that came close was someone had 3. So that's wild. Group 5, what blessings can they expect in 2021? What blessings can Group 5 expect in 2021? Group 5, please. Thank you. Yes, look who's coming out again, the Hermit card. So we're coming out of a period of isolation, and we're also ending a tough cycle here. So some of you have been alone with your thoughts for very, very long, and you've had to break out of this feeling as though you're your worst enemy. I know that's something that a lot of people experience, but you have so much wisdom now. And when we know better, we do better. It's not to say that we're cured, because we weren't technically broken to begin with. We're just more self-aware of the cycles that we experience. And I think that 2021 is helping you overcome these challenges a lot quicker, in a way that you're able to be patient and understanding towards yourself as well. There's this feeling of, oh, okay, it's happening again. Well, I better just take it easy and just isolate a little bit so that I'm not taking too much on. There is a feeling here of breaking out of something because you know better now. It's not going to impact you as severely as it did in the past. And the Hermit card is really just congratulating you on everything that you've become aware of in 2020. I feel like 2021, everything's going to just be feeling a little bit easier, because you've spent so much time reflecting and becoming more self-aware. Whatever challenge you experience, especially with your thoughts, you're so aware of your thought pattern that it isn't going to be that big of a deal anymore. We have the 4 of Cups here. with the Five of Swords. So there's a challenge here, but it's a blessing challenge because it's nothing compared to what you've already been through. The main challenge here is standing up for something that you believe in and verbally saying it to someone, even if it causes social misfortune with the Five of Swords, even if it's a difference of opinions from someone that you care about. It's for the higher good, and it's helping other people become educated on this matter. So you're almost becoming this like outspoken source of knowledgeable information that's waking others up to the truth of whatever the hell is going on. I feel like with the Four of Cups, there's this feeling of being very selective over whose energy you invest in. I almost feel like more people want to get closer to you, more people want to get to know you with the Four of Cups, but you know better now, so you're going to do better for yourself. You're not just taking any offer. You're not just taking any invitation or anybody's, 2 cents. It really feels like you're being very selective here. And this is a power because in the past, you were just open to whatever the wind blew in your direction. So I feel like the biggest blessing here is that you're so wise now that these challenges aren't really challenges, and there's so much of a strong foundation within yourself. I do feel something testing you in the sense that it thinks that it's a tempting offer with the Four of Cups, but it's not. You're looking at it like, I could do better. You need to leave. And I think that that's a very empowering decision for you to make, because you're realizing that there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. And I really don't think that you're lonely, even though you're alone. And these offers are coming to you, but you're like, I don't need them, actually. With the Five of Swords, I do feel like you might have to say something tough to somebody close to you. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could just be an acquaintance or a workmate. But it's tough because it's the truth, but they need to hear it. And it is going to help that person break out of a challenging situation that they found themselves in. You're going to be a little bit of like a well of knowledge, but you're very selective over who you choose to share that knowledge with, because you're still very aware of the fact that you're on your journey of healing yourself. Even though you are this hermit figure of having wisdom, I feel like you're still being very selective over who you share that wisdom with. You're not exactly publicizing it, but you're definitely much more aware of the truth in every situation. And someone's doing something in the peripherals of your little sanctuary and you're feeling compelled to call them out on it and tell them the truth. And I think that they do appreciate that, because not a lot of people have the audacity to tell them the truth. So it overall helps them break out of a tough cycle, even though it's a little bit of like an ego bruising because they have to face the truth. It's something that not everybody has done. They're very appreciative of the fact that you've done that. What else for group 5, please? What blessings can they expect in 2021? What about them, not everybody else? Oh, the Six of Cups. So you do need to know that you've got someone moving towards you because of these changes that you've made. This challenge is really testing how far you've come. And it's not really a challenge because it's nothing compared to what you've been through, but it's really you asserting your truth and your wisdom in a situation that is testing. And once you overcome that, it really shows your commitment to this new path that you're on, to this new, very spiritually balanced energy of being very self-aware and also helping others become that way as well without being pretentious. I really feel with the Six of Cups that you're attracting someone into your life who you weren't ready for them before this journey. You were maybe a little bit too jaded by your previous experiences. You were maybe too bitter about your circumstances, or just too narrow-minded and yet not open enough to be able to appreciate the situation for what it was. And I don't mean to read you to filth, but I feel like this energy with the Six of Cups is somebody who's coming in to enrich this energy that you've created for yourself, and it's perfectly aligned in a way that you weren't ready for them before. You needed to go through all of this and to prove to yourself, not the universe, to prove to yourself that you were ready for this. Otherwise you would have just dismissed them and told them that they're only going to hurt you anyway, so why are they here? This is definitely a soulmate energy. It feels like it could be romantic for a lot of you. However, I do feel that some of you group 5 are already in relationships. This is just your soul definitely attracting like energy. And this is someone who is going to help continue, or at least be very supportive on your journey forward. This is someone who you will feel like you can rely on, emotionally at least. They'll have a lot of time and room for you in their life, very emotionally available, to the point where they come forward and it just feels so familiar. You feel like you've known them before. There's an instant connection. There's a real strong feeling of recognition and home in this card. Like, this is somebody who you feel like you've known in past lives. The Six of Cups is really a feeling of coming home to someone, because your energy is so similar. You don't have to try too hard. They just know you and you know them. I definitely feel you taking your time with this, whatever it is, whether you choose for it to be romantic or platonic. You do want to take your time, because you're still healing something. You're still overcoming something over here, and you're still trying to prove to yourself that you're ready. The universe is saying you're ready. Because healing is an ongoing process, and it's non-linear. We might think that we're healed, and then all of a sudden something triggers us, and we're going back to where we were 2 years ago. It's non-linear and it's ongoing, but you definitely need to appreciate how far you've come within yourself, and only you know when you're ready. So you're taking your time with this relationship. It's definitely somebody who is here for a long time, though. They're definitely someone who was meant to come in exactly when they did, because you weren't ready for them before this. Bottom deck energy is the Six of Wands reversed. So I really feel like you're wanting a lot of privacy in 2021. And this is kind of a blessing, because you don't really want to be actively involved in some sort of spotlight that you may have been involved in 2021. The Six of Wands is almost saying that you're not really relying or needing validation for your success from others. You're not relying on how other people perceive you, or the fact that they need to tell you you're doing great in order for you to feel that you're doing great. I really just feel you pulling back and respecting this Hermit energy that you found yourself in. The universe is having to kind of coax you out every now and then and go, listen, you got to do things. You got to be in places and meet people. Otherwise, this person isn't going to come. So I definitely feel like with the Six of Wands reversed, you have such an appreciation for self that you're no longer seeking validation from external influences, whether that's your peers or a community or your parents or just other people who seem to be keeping tabs on you, like social media maybe. You're more just focusing on yourself and measuring your success based on how you feel. Very self-aware. So group 5, that's what I see for you in terms of your blessings in 2021. I'm going to take this over to the extended now. We'll break it down into your life, your career, and your love, just to sort of figure out and separate the energy a little bit. If you would like to join me over there, the link to our Patreon community is down below. Otherwise, look after your wonderful selves, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!